For centuries, Oak Island has captivated treasure hunters, historians, and adventurers alike with one question: what lies hidden beneath the soil of this small island in the North Atlantic? Nestled off the coast of Nova Scotia, Oak Island has become the focal point of one of the world's most enduring and mysterious treasure hunts. Countless explorers, driven by rumors and ancient legends, have ventured to its shores, searching for a treasure that may or may not even exist. But what's the truth behind this elusive treasure? Does the island really hold a fortune waiting to be uncovered, or is the case of Oak Island just another elaborate myth that has lured people into its grip for centuries? In this video, we will delve into the fascinating history of Oak Island, the myths, the theories, and the puzzling discoveries that have led so many to believe in a treasure buried deep within its earth. This is the case of the disappearing treasure, the legend of Oak Island. Oak Island, located in the province of Nova Scotia, Canada, is a small, 57-acre island that has been the center of a mystery for more than 200 years. The history of Oak Island's treasure hunt began in the late 18th century when a young boy named Samuel Ball stumbled upon something strange on the island. In 1795, Samuel Ball and his friends discovered a circular depression in the ground while exploring the island. This depression, which became known as the Money Pit, was unlike anything they had ever seen. It seemed to be deliberately dug and appeared to lead to something hidden deep within the earth. The boys, intrigued by their find, began to dig, only to encounter strange, unusual structures, including logs, platforms, and stone layers that seemed to suggest someone had intentionally buried something beneath the surface. However, they didn't uncover treasure that day. Instead, they encountered a flood of water, which stopped them from going any deeper into the pit. Despite the water, the idea that something valuable was hidden below the island began to take root. What had they uncovered? Could this be the beginning of the hunt for a long-lost treasure? Over the next few decades, word of the mysterious Money Pit spread. By the early 1800s, treasure hunters began flocking to Oak Island, each one eager to uncover what had been buried there. Many believed that the pit held a vast fortune, possibly hidden by pirates, the Knights Templar, or even the infamous Captain Kidd. The theories about who could have buried treasure on Oak Island were as varied as the people searching for it. In 1803, a group of treasure hunters tried to dig deeper into the pit. They found layers of logs, stones, and clay, indicating that someone had gone to great lengths to conceal whatever was hidden below. As they dug, they encountered more water, which would become a recurring obstacle for anyone attempting to uncover the treasure. The pit seemed to be booby-trapped, with flooding appearing to halt progress every time they got closer. Despite multiple attempts by various treasure hunters throughout the 19th century, the Money Pit remained elusive. The strange layers of earth, the flooding, and the odd artifacts found in the pit led many to believe that there was something extraordinary hidden deep within Oak Island. Yet, every time the pit was excavated, the treasure seemed just out of reach. Over the years, various theories have emerged regarding the treasure that may lie buried beneath Oak Island. Could it be the lost treasure of pirate Captain Kidd? Or is the story tied to the secretive Knights Templar, a group whose legends often intertwine with tales of hidden riches and religious relics? Some even believe that Oak Island holds the lost manuscripts of Shakespeare or the Holy Grail. One of the most popular theories is that the treasure is linked to the infamous pirate Captain Kidd. Kidd was known to bury his loot on remote islands during his time as a pirate, and it's believed that Oak Island was one of those locations. According to some theories, the treasure in Money Pit could be the ill-gotten fortune of Kidd's pirate exploits. Another theory posits that the island is connected to the Knights Templar. The Templars, a medieval Christian military order, are said to have hidden vast treasures and secrets, including sacred relics like the Holy Grail. Some believe that the Templars may have used Oak Island as a hiding place for these sacred items, creating the complex system of stone layers and traps to protect their treasure. And then there's the theory that Oak Island holds ancient documents, perhaps even the works of Shakespeare or other lost literary treasures. These ideas are bolstered by the many strange symbols and markings found on the island over the years, some of which seem to suggest that the island was used to store not just physical treasure, but knowledge and secrets as well. But as compelling as these theories are, there is little concrete evidence to support any of them. The search for Oak Island's treasure has been a story filled with dead ends, mysterious findings, and ultimately frustration. But still, the legend lives on, driving treasure hunters and adventurers to continue their search for what may or may not even exist. Over the years, Oak Island has yielded a variety of interesting and sometimes puzzling discoveries. Many believe that these findings are clues leading to the ultimate treasure. In 1804, a team of treasure hunters found a large stone with strange inscriptions, known as the Oak Island Stone. The carvings on the stone were believed to be a map, or perhaps a code, pointing to the location of the treasure. In 1850, an important discovery was made in the money pit, a series of stone platforms and a large iron box that was said to contain gold. However, the flooding continued, and the treasure hunters were unable to retrieve it. Over the years, many groups attempted to retrieve what was hidden in the pit, but they were met with failure. The island seemed to be playing a cruel game with them, offering up clues and artifacts, but never the treasure they so desperately sought. The flooding of the pit, which became a hallmark of the search, was one of the greatest obstacles. It seemed that with every step forward, the pit would flood, forcing the hunters to stop their efforts. Despite the advances in technology, no one has ever successfully drained the money pit or discovered its true contents. The mystery of Oak Island has endured for centuries, and the search for the treasure continues to this day. In the 21st century, the mystery has taken on new life with the popular History Channel show The Curse of Oak Island. The show chronicles the ongoing efforts of brothers Rick and Marty Lagina, who are determined to uncover the truth behind Oak Island's treasure. With the use of modern technology such as sonar, drilling equipment, and ground-penetrating radar, the Lagina brothers and their team have made some important discoveries. In recent years, they have found strange objects that could be related to the treasure hunt, such as a stone structure beneath the water, which some believe could be part of an ancient vault or crypt. Despite these discoveries, the treasure remains elusive. The island still has its secrets, and for every new lead, there are more questions. But the search is far from over. New theories continue to emerge, and as long as there is hope of finding something valuable beneath the island's soil, treasure hunters will continue to flock to Oak Island in search of a fabled fortune. What is it about Oak Island that continues to captivate the imagination of so many? The island's legend is far more than just a treasure hunt. It is a story of human perseverance, obsession, and the desire to uncover the unknown. Throughout history, Oak Island has symbolized the relentless pursuit of a mystery that may or may not even exist. Its enduring appeal lies in the thrill of the search and the hope that one day, the truth will finally be uncovered. As the treasure hunters dig deeper and continue their search, the mystery of Oak Island remains one of the most enduring legends of the modern world. Will they find the treasure? Or is it simply a case of myth, legend, and obsession? The answer may lie buried beneath the island, waiting for the right person to unlock its secrets. For now, Oak Island remains a place where the past and present collide, where the lines between fact and fiction blur, and where the hunt for treasure continues to captivate those brave enough to seek it. The case of Oak Island and its elusive treasure is a tale that will likely never have a clear conclusion. Whether or not the treasure exists is anyone's guess, but one thing is for sure: the legend of Oak Island will continue to captivate and mystify people for generations to come. The case of the disappearing treasure, is it fact or is it fiction? Only time will tell.
The Zodiac Killer, one of the most infamous serial killers in American history. Active in the late 1960s and early 1970s, this killer left behind a trail of terror, taunting authorities with cryptic letters, ciphers, and his chilling signature. But after decades of investigations, no one knows who he was. Despite multiple suspects over the years, the identity of the Zodiac Killer has remained one of the greatest mysteries in true crime history. But what if we're finally on the verge of cracking the case wide open? Could the Zodiac Killer's true identity finally be revealed? In 1968 and 1969, the Zodiac Killer murdered at least 5 victims in Northern California, and he claimed to have killed many more. He earned his name from the letters he sent to local newspapers, where he mocked police and promised more deaths. These letters were filled with cryptic ciphers, many of which were never decoded, until recently. The killer's most famous crime scene occurred on the shores of Lake Berryessa, where he approached 2 young people, Brian Hartnell and Cecilia Ann Shepard, tied them up, and brutally stabbed them. He then drew a symbol on Hartnell's car door, a symbol that would become synonymous with his cryptic identity. For decades, the Zodiac Killer's ciphers baffled law enforcement and amateur sleuths alike. His most notorious cipher, the 340-character cipher, was solved only in 2020, more than 50 years after it was sent. But even with this major breakthrough, the killer's true identity remained elusive. But in recent years, new evidence has surfaced that could change everything. In 2021, investigators using cutting-edge DNA technology made a startling claim: they had identified a new suspect. Could this be the break we've been waiting for? In 2021, a team of cold case investigators named a new suspect, Gary Francis Post, a convicted killer who died in 2018. According to experts, Post was linked to multiple unsolved murders, and his violent past made him a prime candidate for the Zodiac Killer. But how did investigators come to this conclusion? Using a combination of forensic analysis, DNA evidence, and facial recognition software, experts believe they have finally found a match. They point to similarities between Post's criminal history and the Zodiac Killer's patterns, including his connection to the same area and his disturbing obsession with ciphers and cryptic symbols. One of the most chilling aspects of the Zodiac Killer was his taunting letters, and many of those letters contained cryptic ciphers that experts believe held clues to his identity. Could Gary Post have been the mastermind behind the cryptic codes all along? In 2021, experts decoded more of the Zodiac's letters, revealing a disturbing message that could point to Post's possible involvement. The ciphers and symbols used by the Zodiac, according to investigators, mirror Post's personal history and criminal behavior. Could this be the final piece of the puzzle? While many are excited by the prospect of solving the Zodiac case, not everyone is convinced. Some experts argue that Gary Post may not have been the Zodiac Killer, pointing to discrepancies in the physical evidence and the timeline of the crimes. Was the Zodiac Killer a different man entirely, or is this just the breakthrough the world has been waiting for? There are also questions about the reliability of the new DNA evidence. Some point to inconsistencies in the fact that the Zodiac Killer's identity has remained elusive for so long. Could there be more suspects on the horizon, or is Post the key to cracking the case? So, what do you think? Is Gary Post the Zodiac Killer, or do you believe there's another explanation? Could the Zodiac Killer still be out there, or is this the end of one of the most infamous cold cases in history? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video if you're fascinated by unsolved mysteries, and make sure to subscribe for more deep dives into cases like this one. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on future videos where we break down more chilling cases and uncover new clues. The Zodiac Killer remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries in true crime history. Will we ever truly know the killer's identity? Only time will tell. Stay tuned, because this case is far from over. Subscribe for more mysteries to unravel.